and welcome to my kitchen. And today I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. I've been making some family dinners and meals to feed a crowd. But today I wanted to share with you a simplistic recipe that I've made, and it's been passed down to my nieces and they make it. It's a traditional oatmeal cookie. It's oatmeal and raisins. You can add anything you want to it, chocolate chips, walnuts, whatever floats your boat. But I just make a traditional oatmeal raisin cookie. So I want to share that with you today. So let's get to baking. So here are all of the ingredients that I'm going to use today for my oatmeal cookies. I've got flour, sugar, brown sugar, oatmeal raisins. I've got nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, baking soda, 2 eggs, and butter. So first we're going to add the sugars in with the melted butter. And you don't want to melt that butter the whole way. You just I do it in the 15-second intervals in the microwave. You just want to soften it. So I'm going to add my sugars, my brown sugar and my white sugar. Always make sure to pack your brown sugar and stir until they are well incorporated. Next up, we're going to add 2 eggs, and we're going to stir those in. I love this recipe because you don't have to use a mixer, so no extra dishes to wash. Now, I always use a sifter when I'm using flour. Whether I'm cooking or baking, I always put flour through a sieve. So what I also do when I bake is I put all of my dry ingredients through a sifter, including the spices, because sometimes your jars in the cupboard, they can get these little chunks of spice, and it's really annoying when you're mixing up your cookie dough and you've got this big chunk you're trying to get rid of. So this way you don't ever have that issue. So just always keep in mind, use a sifter when you're working with flour. So now add the flour to the wet ingredients, and we're going to mix all of this together. Make sure you scrape the sides of the bowl so that all of the flour gets taken off the sides. Now you're going to add 3 cups of rolled oats. Do not use quick cooking oats in this. These are old-fashioned old oats. Old-fashioned old. Can't talk today. Old-fashioned rolled oats. Say that 10 times. Okay, now we've added in the raisins, and we incorporate everything into the mix. The raisins, the oats, the wet and the dry. So now you're ready to make your cookies. So you want to make sure that you put your cookies in uniform sizes on your cookie sheet. So I just start off I use 2 spoons. I always just use 2 spoons, and I scoop rolled dough onto the sheet. Then I eyeball the rest of the cookies and check to see if there's a bigger cookie or a smaller cookie. Smaller cookies with big cookies doesn't work. They'll burn. The smaller ones will burn. So once they're all even sized, go ahead and stick them in your oven at 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake these for about 12 minutes. And when I hit the 12-minute mark, I'll pull them out to see if they're either too gooey or too, wow, those actually look really nice. But I can still see a little goo in the middle, and I'm more of a crispy cookie gal. Ben's a crispy cookie guy. Okay, so I put them in for an additional minute, for about 13 minutes in total. And now I'm going to transfer them to my rack where I'm going to let them cool. And then I'm going to prepare my next sheet of cookies. Here we are. It smells amazing. You can smell the cloves and the cinnamon and the nutmeg. And I cooked these baked them for about 13 minutes. If you want them to be a little more chewy, bake them less, about 11 to 12 minutes. If you want them crispier, go a little bit longer. But, oh my gosh, these are so amazing, especially with a cup of coffee. They have a nice crunch to them, a nice flavor. Absolutely delicious. The perfect fall cookie. I hope you make these, and if you do, drop me a note below and let me know what you think. To get my recipe, click the link below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell for future updates.